Is this weird? So, Herb and I, we often talk about who's going to die first. And I really want it to be me because I don't want to live without him. And he really wants it to be him because he doesn't want to live without me, which is super sweet. Some people hate the topic of death, but there's a point here that has nothing to do with it, really. So stick with me. And so he's like, well, here's what I think is the likeliest outcome for you. You are so distracted that what I think is going to happen is you're going to be talking on your phone, laughing, having a great time with whomever. You're going to cross the street. You're not going to pay attention and you're going to get hit by a bus. It'll be a total accident. You didn't have the crosswalk. The bus wasn't, whatever. And that'll be the end of you. Ugh, he says, Barb, you're so distracted. And you know what? It could be true. After all, I did leave my driveway. What was I doing? I'm pretty sure I thought I knew the route out, but I think I was setting the nav. I know I was not reading a text. I know that. However, in doing so, turning out of the driveway and setting the nav, I did take out the mailbox. It had stood since 1956 when the house was built, and the scratch on the side of my vehicle is fairly dramatic. So I live with it because there's going to be another one backing out of okay, I'm talking about distracted. And when I'm talking about distracted, I'm also talking about sped up, like texts and emails and other communication that always has a typo, and I just figure whoever gets it on the other side will figure it out. But really, it's not a good look, and it doesn't appear as if I'm paying attention, and maybe I'm not. Okay, put a period there, and then new thought that'll all get brought back together. And I say to my coach, who I adore, and to me just is the greatest support to have in good times and difficult times. I say to my coach in an email, we're running a group. She's got a group going, and it was a report. In the report, she asked me a question. I didn't, because I see her every other week for 90 minutes. As I also do as a coach. And I didn't ask a question because I'm like, I got you all the time. And she asked me to ask a question. So I did. And I said, how can I be a better coach? And she said, slow down. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been told that for at least 3 years in coaching school, with at least 2 incredible coaches. My husband, who would prefer I not get hit by a bus. And I think, how often do you receive a message over and over again and choose not to heed it to your own detriment, and worse, to the detriment perhaps of clients? Slow down. So today I made a commitment that I would proofread every written communication so that I would not send any out today, just today, with typos. But then I was thinking about this remark from my sister-in-law, who didn't mean it this way, I don't think, but I thought about it within this context. And it was her birthday. My sister-in-law and my brother are turning 76 this month. My other brother is turning 75. So there's a big age gap. I'm 62. I'll be 63 this year. But I'm not yet. And I said, happy 76, wishing you a year, blah, 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 health, wealth, joy, deliciousness. And she said, the years are going by so quickly. And I thought about that in the context of slowing down. And I think that may be true. You know, you remember when you were little and you went away, maybe to camp or just the summer, and it was long. It seemed long to you, not to your parents, of course, who couldn't wait for you to get back to school if they were like mine. But it seemed so long. And then I remember being in college and a semester was so long. 4 years of college was so long. And I'm thinking about slowing down, and I'm thinking about my sister-in-law's words, which, again, I don't think had this meaning, but they did to me, given what I'm thinking about, and that is they do go by more quickly. And so I don't know if I'll be hit by a bus tomorrow. If I do, and I'm on the phone with someone and I'm laughing, great. I'll never know, I'll be dead. But if I live as long a life as I'm actually expecting, and if I'm 62, almost 63 in November, I'm expecting to live about 30 more years. The greatest way to enjoy each one and each moment is really to slow down. Check for typos. Enjoy the moon. You should have seen it this morning. It was spectacular. And in service to all of you who are clients and potential clients, my commitment to you is to continue to slow down, because it will serve you greatly in the work that we do together. How would you want to slow down? Maybe you'll let me know. Maybe you'll think about it. I know I am. Ciao for now.